It has proved to be an effective farming practice in the agriculture sector. It is also this time when a farmer gets to realize that farming is a business. After production, agribusiness promotion is important in farmers' lives if they are to increase production and improve food security at household level, communities, and the nation at large. Adopting farming as a business schools, FABs, as a tool of transferring improved technology to smallholder farmers is also proving to be changing farmers' mindset in livelihood interventions. No wonder the government of the Republic of Zambia, through the Enhanced Smallholder Agribusiness Promotion Program E-SAPP project, is on top of things. The E-SAPP project is aimed at increasing the volume and value of agribusiness outputs attained by smallholder producers in Zambia. The project goal is to increase incomes, food and nutrition security of rural households involved in market-oriented agriculture. The program is a joint initiative of the Government of the Republic of Zambia under the Ministry of Agriculture and the International Fund for Agricultural Development, IFAD. The E-SAPP project is being implemented at a cost of $29.7 million United States dollars. The 4 core commodities groups the project is focusing on are legumes such as groundnuts, soybeans, and cowpeas. The project is also focusing on small livestock such as village chicken production, goats, sheep, and pigs. Apart from rice, the project went ahead and included the aquaculture. Another area of interest is climate-smart agriculture and nutrition promotion. The E-SAPP project is supporting the farmers in various communities with new farming practices through capacity building with the FABs in Kasempa and Mwinilunga districts. Through these schools, the program is facilitating increased production, productivity, and mentoring the smallholders to build confidence in producing for the market households through value chain and promote gender equality. This documentary seeks to highlight the E-SAPP activities in Northwestern Province. Kadiata Diaye is the Acting Senior Marketing Development Officer for Northwestern Province.
The importance of this farming as a business schools in both districts, that's Mwinilunga and Kasempa. In Mwinilunga, the farmers are concentrating on aquaculture, that's fish farming, and in Kasempa, farmers are concentrating on small livestock, that's specifically goats. The importance of these FABs is that E-SAPP has come up with an initiative of training these farmers to take farming as a business and not just a way of life. In that, the farmers will learn very important entrepreneurship skills that will teach them to take farming as a business, at the end make a profit and thereby improve their way of life in general.
E-SAPP is encouraging farmers to enhance nutrition values. The E-SAPP team from Lusaka and the Ministries of Agriculture, Fisheries and Livestock officers from Northwestern Province visited Mwinilunga district where some farmers were trained in aquaculture production. Before visiting farmers on the monitoring mission in Mwinilunga, E-SAPP officials organized an induction session where the Provincial Agriculture Coordinator Derek Simukanze explained the objective of the visit.
So indeed today, we just want to do a joint monitoring and see what is really taking place on the ground. I'm sure it is an opportunity, especially for me and the coordinator for fisheries, to really see how resources are being utilized under the DACO's office. I want to believe that the DACO's office, plus the other colleagues, they will be meeting and discussing how to implement this program. So just want to have a feel of how the farmers are appreciating this program.
Mr. Simukanze further highlighted what the project focus was in Mwinilunga.
I wish to know that as a province, Northwestern Province is quite endowed with natural resources, and Mwinilunga stands out in terms of the number of fish ponds that we have in the province. So E-SAPP thought it wise that from Mwinilunga, after the scoping study, which we did some time back, those of you might wish to recall, we thought Mwinilunga is better suited to promote aquaculture. Now, we have a team from Lusaka, DACO's office and the DACO's office, both ministries represented.
As E-SAPP project continues to impart knowledge with the creation of farming as business schools, it has so far proved to be more beneficial to the farmers in the district.
I'm very happy about this project of fisheries. I've learned more the things which I didn't even know in my life, but now I'm very much happy. So after this graduation, I think I'll be promoted. I've learned how to keep fish at a good quality. I've learned to choose a very good place where you can keep our fish so that I can gain more money. And that money I can take my granddaughters, my children to school. They also get educated. And I'm very much happy with our leaders here.
While in Mwinilunga, the monitoring team paid a courtesy score on Chief Kanyama of the Lunda-speaking people. The traditional leader is impressed with the initiative of supporting farmers in aquaculture through the project.
Just come to check how the farmers are performing concerning aquaculture. The government of the Republic of Zambia got some loan from E-SAPP under a program called Enhanced Smallholder Agribusiness Promotion Program. So under that program, Northwestern Province is a beneficiary. We are coming from a background of Ssap. So the program was extended for another 7 years, up to 2024. So now we try to narrow in terms of interest of the farmers. So in Mwinilunga, after an assessment was done some time back, we thought we focus on aquaculture. Now the way we're doing aquaculture, we want farmers to do it as a business. So there are schools that have been formed in the chiefdom, but farming as a business schools. So as a province, together with our colleagues from Lusaka, we want to see how well the message we are giving to them, how they are receiving it. If at all there are any challenges, how best can we resolve those challenges so that we move to the next step. The next step being that we need to come and assess them. Those that are doing fine, there could be a possibility of giving them some grants so that we can extend their fish ponds and grow more fish. We know this province being led by you, Royal Highness, as an example. I think the whole nation, and we're all proud of you, because whenever we see Royal Highness speaking all the culture, then we feel we have an expert in this field. So basically that's what brings us to the shift on Royal Highness.
I'd like to thank you for that of promoting fish farming in this sector, because for sure that a lot of people in this sector are also eager with this project of fish farming. For sure, this one is just to say that a lot of farmers, fish farmers, or the Kanyama residency are interested in fish farming, and they have interest in fish farming because he has been leading them in a few years in fish farming. So they have an experience and they know exactly the benefit of fish farming.
The traditional leader further appealed for collaboration with the two ministries from provincial up to district levels in the province in order to enhance the implementation of the project.
His Holiness would like just to appeal to our officers, district level, provincial level, as well as national level, to work together so that we can promote this vision of fish farming in our country. And we know for sure that if we work together as a team, we are going to fulfill the promise.
While still in Kanyama, the team held meetings with the farmers from the various farms. Apart from meetings, the farmers had this to say about the project.
Kuna chuleji muntu kuikara na maana kuikara na chimwenu cha kumadiki. Alisweshe na muntu wabula chimwenu, muntu wabula kurumbuka muntu we machikikara na chimwenu nawo chinu chakane nadimi one limb chaka chikwau chingana kadimi marima edi.
But what are some of the lessons learned with life experiences from the time FAB's schools started and now?
Tunata chikutanga ntangishiriye chudi chachiwahi na kwatu muni mena burukuruka ine ruki ya iwahi kuhitira mu ntangiriye chikuranda na mchino kuhanda mu mchande cyane kwa chino gutanga no kudiza mu kwa evuru no kwasha kutunda.
E-SAPP project has also engaged farmers in fish farming livelihood interventions in the district.
Kwecho youth adine hami na kuyira encourage yene na wani na kuwana una kutanga dumba chinami wanu ne huna kukenga ira kutashika business ye first tachika kuira budget chengu wiriki anshu adumwirunga day awanshu mwirunga day akenga ngayuma ya muchidini hera yumani teri kwenda so aiswa imudini irunga day duma yoteri kulanda bai kulanda ochirandira wani.
Kasempa in Northwestern Province was another district the teams visited. Here, the team first paid a courtesy call on Kasempa District Commissioner.
Because the project is sitting at Ministry of Agriculture, but the commodity which is in Kasempa is livestock, which is falling under Ministry of Fisheries and Livestock. So there's supposed to be serious coordination between DAPO and the district and the fisheries coordinator with their team. So based on the reports that we are getting, it's like we have no problems there. I know, so we can only attribute it maybe to your leadership. We have to also bear in mind that these schools, apart from just looking for graduation, I mean MGF once they graduate for the grant, they are also learning in the best ways of handling, for instance, livestock. So it's a plus. It is a two-way thing. First, they are learning the best practices as far as the livestock is concerned. So in itself is again. So for whoever is in that school, they are learning new ways. For instance, we are talking about livestock in Kasempa in terms of housing, in terms of management, in terms of vaccinations, and we follow those protocols.
The government has really created the enabling environment where every person is participating regardless of the age group. We are targeting the youth, the women folk. This is the whole idea, and we believe that Kasempa is on top of things. From a look of things, this program has come at a time when we needed the most. Notwithstanding the COVID-19, we are still able to move and encourage our people to participate fully. What I do understand now is that both the Ministry of Agriculture and the Ministry of Fisheries are working in tandem together. So this program will be achieved in that format. We are grateful that Kasempa has received a big share of the same. And in addition to the grouping that are here, I'm told there are 4 more that have been added to the list. We hope for the best and that the graduates will be able to sustain almost one development and will benefit from there.
But what measures has the project put in place to include youth's participation in the programs? Kayula Mwila is E-SAPP Information and Knowledge Management Officer and now explains.
So we have every farming as a business school should have 20% youth, should have a minimum, that's a minimum, and then it should have a minimum of 30% women. And these women, 23% of them should be female-headed households, because you'll find there are certain women who are the head of their houses, because some of them are widowed, or maybe some of them are not married, but they're struggling.
In Kasempa district, the project focus is goat production. The team held assessment focus group discussions with the FAB members. While in the district, Mwambirwa, Mairon, Musampo, Kafumfula, Rufupajiva, and the Kabikondo FAB schools are some of the areas the team visited to check on the progress. Lead farmers in the various FABs are on top of things through the utilization of the knowledge acquired.
So twafunda bantu bonse babatimuno nankane group wetu bafunda po batropo kunanchi kusenda bunji mino busuru kyawama kilo twawubanga kala ngewa jimana ngwambalala ukeitote ukizinanga kukeitote kyatu tkewiyo yinyo na unetu ponuno namuna bantu bantu bamembala bamwe ujinunandikane beki kubakwata kubafunda pa agribusiness kusenda bunjimi n'obusuru
babu ya mwambirwa tudina ruketekero ne rusekero kwamba twazira kufunda ne kumona kimono wakya bunjimi bwa bambuji mwantu ikite mwakya kine twarangurukiye kunyuma kampe matabamba rabe bunjimi tubonka mino twafundisha kula mabambuji tudina rusekero keto no kwibwera mone tusakuyanga tukurutwe amba paka bino bintu byonse tukebirame atwe bonse.
Women and youths are also participating in the activities.
Wame bona tana munkana kabungwe ka E-SAPP nobe youth. Na tana mukubona bankito ya shupa. Pone obankwasha mu bino bintu mukwingira mu business nobe bambuje sakupika nobe business bambuje bami. Minonka monene bwikalo bwa wama. Kamwe namo bya wama mwino munkano kabungwe mwana.
Jona torera mu rubazi. Mukusunga bino birero yobagetupa. Mwani biketu twara kurutwe raikinote babayufi bamoke twafunda ni kafako poto kwatani mwani tukatora mu rubazi nge babino birero abyafika twasunga tukeke tukamwena mu burongo tukamwena mu bukomo.
Agriculture extension officers and the veterinary assistants in the district have also a key role to play in the project implementation.
After we have trained them, we have tried to visit what they have started doing. They have even started implementing those things. They have even started putting up to small structures. They have even started giving supplementary feeding to the goats that they had never done before. So we are seeing these changes before even the project reaches half of its way. We are seeing farmers changing their lives because of the trainings. Let me appreciate these trainings. Hope these trainings can continue under this program, because farmers have learned a lot. When it comes to farming as a business, something that farmers never knew, because farmers were just doing things haphazardly, not knowing what to do. But we have trained them in farming as a business. Right now, our farmers are keeping animals, are growing crops as business.
The farmers have responded very well. They have come to know how to make profit and how to make a loss. Some time back they were just selling anyhow. So this time around they know how to calculate the profit from the produce or from the goats which they have kept.
What significant changes has the E-SAPP project created in the lives of these farmers in terms of knowledge?
Kusanta baiye E-SAPP yaiya mambo E-SAPP yitufundishako kuikara burongo mambo kara ketwa yukire mwakusungira bambujine ketwa yukire bunjima mba busurune pano papo twibiyuka byonse mwakusungira bambuji bunjimbike busuru mambo enge wajima wakosha kumwenamo yotwobera kusanta mwana namba twasanta pa E-SAPP yaiya muno mukuja ya Kasempa ufupa jibafabu.
Officers from the district and the provincial office are impressed with the farmers taking farming as a serious business concept.
What we have seen so far, a lot of work has been done, and these schools, FABs, have improved, and they are ready in most cases. In all the FABs, all the schools that we've visited, they are ready for graduation. We are yet to visit 3 more and see how it is. But in a nutshell, we say that a lot of our farmers have adhered to what has been taught, and we really thank them for coming on board to Asante.
The impression that we are getting on the ground after conducting trainings in the FABs is that the training have been very well received by the farmers, in the sense that they've been able to elaborate on how they've been able to conduct now their businesses. Issues of planning have been able to come out very nicely. The visual setting has also come out, even in terms of governance issues with regard to how they manage the enterprises has also been able to be elaborated. This actually gives to us an indication that the training have been well received, because the emphasis of actually having this FAB is the fact that the farmers must be inculcated with the agribusiness mind. Though we are dealing with the livestock sector, but they should be able to look at the livestock sector as a business.
With the information that I have received, I can see an increase in production, because many farmers, they keep goats. they've got that desire to keep goats, but when it comes to management, they will just leave them. Goats will start moving around without supervision, without restriction. That's the reason why you find that in many people that we've interviewed, the problem that they usually face is that those businessmen who come from a neighboring country to buy goats, they usually steal these goats, or some local people pick up the goats and sell those animals. But with an arrangement like this, you are going to find that these animals will be confined in the night, and the monitoring will become easier because the owners will know how many goats were confined the previous night, and if one of them is missing, they will try to look for it.
But how beneficial are FABs to the farmers in these communities? Ali Kimbewe is Provincial Fisheries Officer for Northwestern Province, now explains the benefits of FABs.
E-SAPP has come about with the concept of farming as a business, or FAB in short. These FABs are just schools where we're training farmers in aquaculture. Those in Mwinilunga were dealing with aquaculture, and then here in Kasempa it's small ruminants, livestock to be specific. This program really is just about to improve the well-being of our farmers. We want to move them from being subsistence farmers to a higher level, even up to commercial farmers. So the starting point is a FAB. These schools will train them on aspects of farming as a business, on record keeping, even on the entire management of both fish and goats. And so in Mwinilunga we are just monitoring how it's going. A lot of work has been done there, and we hope when we get back again people would graduate. But here in Kasempa we are really looking at these schools if they are ready for graduation, because we want them to move to the next level, and that level is where now they'll get goats for their livelihood, for their rearing.
On crop and livestock integration, Kasempa District Agriculture Coordinator Joseph Masua also explains the benefits.
Gone around the field and assist the farmers with the various tools that we have been given to assist the farmers. Yeah, what we have noted and observed is that the farmers are really adopting these technologies, and they don't have a lot of difficulties in terms of adopting these technologies. And coming from the Ministry of Agriculture, where we deal with the crop production, but this time when we came for monitoring, we are looking at livestock production for our farmers. However, these farmers are the same farmers that we deal with who do crop production, and also this time they are now doing livestock production. So the adoption has been so good because there is an integration in terms of the activities that they are doing. For example, in the livestock sector, they are teaching the farmers on the best practices such as supplementary feeding and the semi-intensive kind of approach that which we are able to see here. So in agriculture, you find that we promote that the farmers they grow soybeans, they grow maize, and once those crops are processed, we are able to come up with meals, and those meals can be able to be fed to the animals. The droppings that are able to collect from the farmers can be able to use those droppings for vegetable production as manure, and so on and so forth. So you find that these farmers don't have a difficulty in terms of adopting this technology because there is an integration between crop production and livestock production. So that's why the adoption rates are high. And in the same vein, we'd like to thank the government for coming up with such a project in Kasempa, and we are able to see that our farmers are able to adopt the technologies, and it is going to lead to household food security and also for income generation, and which is going to improve their livelihood at household level.
Despite the project recording serious progress, especially in Kasempa, it has not been smooth sailing. In most rural areas, record keeping has been of concern for the project and the ministry.
The only thing that we have to add on is the fact that we have identified the weaknesses that we've so far seen in all these FABs, which have not come out so strongly, giving us an understanding of the fact that we need to come through again to strengthen in these areas where we are seeing that the farmers did not get the concept. So as a team from the Taco's office, we need to come and reinforce, or we need to come and backstop these FAPs in terms of technical skills with regard to agribusiness, especially in the area of record keeping. And otherwise, we've seen that the farmers have understood really that the keeping of livestock is a business. But we want to come in and backstop so that those gaps that we have identified will be able actually to come and bridge those gaps, so that we more or less like cement the whole concept of farming as a business in this farming as a business schools.
With the adoption of FAPs as a tool of transferring improved technology to smallholder farmers, officers and farmers have thanked government with its partner E-SAPP for the support.
Kubasanchira kyakini kini mambo betufundisha nobe muno mu mpunja yetu yanke nyauna kachitubiyukirepo binoni afana kubasanchira betufundisha pano kutendeka runo twayuka bunjimi tusafundisha nkone bakwetu babura kubiyuka babura kuyako tukeba buranga nangunge watamishana nguwa banalinga kuya kwa extension officer nakebe puja sidika yona fana kujima nganyikirero kyona.
We would love to appreciate the government for the efforts they've put in, and E-SAPP for working with the government in funding these FAPs, in that to improve the livelihoods of the farmers. We would love to commend the government that they should do more of these and expand these FAPs to other districts in the province to put Northwestern Province on the map.
The project, which is a 7-year program, has been running since 2017, covering the whole nation and focusing on 4 core commodity groups as productivity for vulnerable but viable peasant farmers in the country.